Hello, and welcome to the Hail Mary Joke 2 TD Score Show. My name is Jose, I'm your host. And just like that, we're off to week 7. We'll do a quick review of Thursday night's game where they only had one player for 2 or more touchdowns, and that was Travis Etienne. Other than that, that was it. Now, compared to last week, week 6, was probably one of the worst weeks for 2 touchdown scores that I have ever seen in the last 10 years that I've been doing this. With regards to it, there were, 2 players that had 2 or more touchdowns. You know, it can't win like that unless I had them 2 players, and I didn't, unfortunately. So, off we go to week number 7, and we have 12 games on the docket, so I have 3 tickets of 4 players. Okay, I'm betting 50 cents on the 1s, on the 2s, and the 3s, not touching the 4s. Each ticket is costing me $7, so I'm spending a total of $21. Now, please notice I said this is what I am doing. I'm not authorized to give you financial advice, and I can only tell you what I'm about to do for this week, and that's exactly what I'm doing. With regards to if you do decide to gamble on the game, please just gamble what you can afford to lose. That's the golden rule. Okay. Do not do anything. Just gamble what you can afford to lose. Sorry, that's it. So anyways, let's go on to ticket number 1. So for ticket number 1, the 4 players I have are going to consist of Mike Evans for Tampa at 2 TDs at 14-1. Facing one of the better pass defenses, but I don't trust anybody on Atlanta. So, with regards to that, if I had to pick one, I'm going with Mike Evans. He hasn't scored 2 TDs yet this year. He has in the past, and I expect he will sometime this year. And I'm expecting that this could be the game. In the last 3 games, he's been 12 for 23, 149 yards and 1 TD. He did have a groin injury. He did have a bye. He is expected to be 100% full go like he was last week. So, he's getting 23.9 of the target share and 29.4 of the first reads. That's almost 30%. So, that's player number 1 for ticket number 1. Player number 2 for ticket number 1, we have Amari Cooper for Cleveland, 2 TDs at 14-1, facing the 23rd ranked defense. The last 3 games, he's been 12 for 22, 240 yards, but no TDs. Deshaun Watson is going to be playing, so he's a full go. He was a full go at practice on Friday, which looks great for him to play on Sunday. And with that, he's getting the first reads, and he's getting the most targets within that offense. So I expect that to continue, and I think that he'll have a great chance to provide us with 2 TDs. The next player I have, it's tight end day on Sunday. So I'm going with Sam Laporta for Detroit Lions at 2 TDs at 25-1. Now, just a little hint. Last year, I hit a triple combo with Mike Evans, Amari Cooper, and the Detroit Lions tight end. So it wasn't Sam Laporta at the time. So I'm hoping to have some miracle luck repeat happen again this week in week 7. Back onto Sam Laporta. He is playing the second-ranked pass defense, but he's also the second-ranked tight end in the league. Okay, in the last 3 games, he's been 11 for 20 for 139 yards and 2 TDs. He had a calf injury, but that's no longer a concern. He's good to go. And I like Detroit so much better than Baltimore players. I mean, the only 2 players that have a chance to get 2 are going to be Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews for Baltimore. And I think Laporta has a better chance than both of them, at least over Mark Andrews anyways. Maybe not over Lamar Jackson because he could run it every time in the red zone, but I'm going with Sam Laporta. The 4th person I have on ticket number 1 is going to be Brandon Ayuk for San Francisco, 2 TDs at 9-1. He's facing the 17th ranked pass defense, and Minnesota has allowed a 2 TD scorer already this year. In the last 3 games, he's 14 of 23 for 282 yards and 0 TDs. Now, he had a season high of 10 targets last week, and we still don't know about Deebo Samuel for sure. He's questionable, doubtful, or it doesn't look good. But, if that be the case, that's even going to up Brandon Ayuk's productivity and give him a great opportunity for 2 TDs. So, ticket number 1 has Mike Evans for 2, Amari Cooper for 2, Sam Laporta for 2, and Brandon Ayuk for 2. Now we're off to ticket number 2. So we're off to Dawson Knox for Buffalo, 2 TDs at 50 to 1. Yes, you heard it right. 50 to 1. Right now, Dalton Kincaid is back, but I do expect Dawson Knox to get a great amount of opportunities because of Dalton Kincaid's concussion protocol, things that he's been through all week, right? You know, in the last 3 games, he's been 7 for 13 for 46 yards and 0 TDs. Bill Belichick will focus on stopping Josh Allen running, and he will be focused on stopping Diggs as the wide receiver threat, so which is going to increase Dawson Knox red zone opportunities, and I really like him, especially at that number. I mean, that's just an amazing number for such a good tight end. So next player on ticket number 2, player number 2 is going to be DJ Moore for Chicago. 2 TDs at 20 to 1. In the last 3 games, he's been 21 for 27 for 412 yards and 4 TDs, but 3 of those TDs were in one game, and that was, I think, 2 weeks ago. Wasn't last week anyways. Tyson Bagent is going to be the QB, and he had 8 targets for Moore last week, and I expect more of the same this week. You know, he's going to go to his most trusted wide receiver, and that's going to be DJ Moore. DJ Moore target share on the team is 23.3, and his first reads on the team is 37.4. That's almost 40%. That's just normally unheard of, you know. But with them numbers and them percentages, I'm going with him, right? Plus, they're playing, you know, the Raiders, and right now the way that they've been playing, Jimmy Garoppolo and everything else, I'm just not sure if I can really trust them for the full 60 minutes. So anyways, the player number 3 on ticket number 2 is going to be Curtis Samuel for Washington. 2 TDs, 35 to 1. Now he's ranked number 2 on the team, just behind Scary Terry. But because Johan Dotson's been a shell of himself as compared to what he was last year, I expected him to pick it up a bit last week, but that turned out to be a dud. But I'm going back to Washington because look who they're playing. New York Giants. Can't trust anybody on that team. You know, it's just that simple, you know. And New York Giants have given up 2 TDs to a receiver this year already. So, hey, I'm all for it, you know. Now, the 4th player on ticket number 2 is a rookie that I'm going after. And I know people are going to maybe think about, well, why didn't you take the wide receiver 1 or the wide receiver 2 or even the RB1 on this team? But you know what? This guy is playing really, really well. And it's going to be Jaden Reed for Green Bay, 2 TDs at 28 to 1. You know, he's one of the best. He has one of the best matchups for the 3rd cornerback reads playing. You know, the top 2 guys are going to be Chasen Watson and Dobbs, which is going to give some opportunities, really open up some opportunities for Jaden Reed. And with them playing, they're facing the 30th pass defense. So you know what? He has a great opportunity. In the last 3 games, he's been 7 for 14 for 125 yards. And this week, Green Bay will be passing often and a lot because they need to get Jordan Love into a rhythm within the first half so that they don't come out to that slow start that's been killing them. So I expect that to be a big factor, and I expect Jaden Reed to play a positive role in this. Not only that, Denver has allowed for a 2 TD score already against them this year. So ticket number 2 has Dawson Knox for 2, DJ Moore for 2, Curtis Samuel for 2, and Jaden Reed for 2. Now we're off to ticket number 3. So the 4 players I have, we're going to tight end special on this one with the Seattle Seahawks. Noah Fant for 2 TDs at 30 to 1. He's facing the 22nd pass defense, which are giving up approximately 280 yards per home game. And in the last 3 games, he's been 7 for 8 for 113 and 0 TDs. So he's have a pretty good catch rate. I know DK and Tyler Lockett are there, but you know what, in the red zone, I think he's going to get some great opportunities this week, and don't be surprised if he scores 2 for us. So the next player is going to be a toss-up between the running back 1 and the running back 2. Who's it going to be this week? I'm picking Myles Gaskin for the LA Rams for 2 TDs at 12 to 1. Kieran Williams is out. Ronnie Rivers are out. So will it be Henderson or Gaskin? I'm going with Gaskin. Okay, I mean, he's had carries in the last 3 games, so you know what, I expect that to carry. Henderson, I haven't been impressed with him this year, so let's take a roll on Gaskins and see where we end up at. So here we are. He's also paying the lowest odds for any LA Rams running back, which tells me the bookies think that yeah, he has the best chance out of them all. The third player that I have on ticket number 3 is probably one of the best wide receivers you can pick this week, and that's Rashid Rice from Kansas City for 2 TDs at 17-1. It has the second highest point total for games this week, so which means that they're expecting a lot of points. Justin Watson is out with his elbow injury, and that's going to mean more targets for Rice. Rice leads the team in first reads and catch rate behind Travis Kelce. So he is their number 1 wide receiver. I mean, behind Travis Kelce, who's a tight end. But yeah, I expect great games, and I expect a couple of trick plays for him this week for some strange reason. It's setting up to be like that, especially against that defense. So that's it for player number 3. And player number 4 is also that running back situation of running back number 2 in a particular place, and that's going to be Salron Ahmed for Miami, 2 TDs at 22-1. Yes, Raheem Mostert is the number 1. A chain is gone for the next couple of games and stuff, so they have to limit Mostert to make sure that he doesn't get hurt, which is going to have some opportunities for Ahmed. And I think that Ahmed is going to get some catches and some running opportunities, which I think he will be RB2. And with that high-scoring Miami defense, there's, you know, you're taking a good chance with their RB2s, because when it was the other 2 guys, Mostert and a chain, you didn't know who was really RB1 because they both scored lots of touchdowns, and they both could score lots of touchdowns in this game. Yes, I know they're playing Philly, but I still like Miami to put up points in this game. So there you go for ticket number 3. We have Noah Fant, we have Myles Gaskins, Rashid Rice, and Salron Ahmed. Anyways, I want you guys to enjoy the games, have fun, be responsible gamblers, and only gamble what you can afford to gamble. And remember, this is what I'm doing. I'm not authorized to give you financial advice, but I am authorized to tell you what I'm putting my money on and how I'm doing it, which is this is. Please enjoy the games, have fun, and we'll see you for Thursday.